Alright, let's continue on with the mobile construction crane by Lego City. This is set number 60409, and this set was provided by the Lego Group for early review. Now remember, in the last installment, we got done with bags 1 through 6. This was a set I could not put down. So, and we have plenty of extra bags here, but we're going to take a look at what I was working on last. So basically, we did this long, lengthy thing. And then we did the porta potty, and 2 figures, and of course the foreman had lost her blueprints. Yeah, and the set does come with a brick separator, and for the most part this is very sturdy, very robust. These are meant to be support pieces, and it was like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I thought, well, okay, I gotta stop. Today we are going to continue on with the build, and we are going to start with bag 7, and this is what we had done so far with the sticker sheet. We've been slowly nibbling at this. I don't expect this to really go too far. And basically sum it up, it's a very enjoyable build. For something I'm not really interested in, it's very enjoyable. So yeah, and it's not really modular, so I don't think this is going to be a collaborative build. Each one of these pieces are modular, but you have to connect them up. Alright, so let me kind of get situated here. And yeah, well, let's begin with bag 7 right here. And the set does have a lot of good, bright, colorful parts, which is always good. It's not dry, it's not dreary, dingy, boring, and yeah, let's get this going. And I got to get on a tutorial here too, or at least build it. So basically we're building the other 2 supports. I would have finished it up, but well, I was tired and didn't really care. So we're building a pair. Okay, so let's get going on that now here. And yeah, so I'm kind of hanging in there and stuff like that. I'm just trying to get sets reviewed and get them out of here quickly. You know, I still got probably, including this one, like 9 left, so I have a long ways to go. What I need to do is I got to get a tutorial built and film. I'm trying to do 1 tutorial a week for my YouTube members. But I'm thinking more, if I decide to do tutorial exclusives, they will be more the lengthy, more desirable ones like cars and stuff. Anything that's over 100 pieces, I've been thinking about doing just that, for make it more members exclusive. So the members who are participants get to have better stuff. I don't know, I haven't figured it out yet. So yeah, and anyways, it's not a bad set. This is something obviously you can drop in your city, but it's pretty massive. So if you've got a downtown area that you're trying to develop, yeah, there you go. So it's a good way to kind of, it's a good space filler. And so we're going to finish this build up today. And one of these sets that I had reviewed, not this one specifically, but it's had a long lost hair, a wig piece that I was looking for one of my, for the Jay the Kid fig. I may end up doing a video on sig figs. One of my friends had suggested it. And I'm like, yeah, sure. I didn't think about doing that, but what if we could, I may just do so. So if you're interested, I may just do maybe something kind of cool. You don't have to be a paid member to get your sig fig. I just have to know you very well to get your sig fig displayed. And of course, you see in my thumbnails on my main channel, you see sig figs. So, you know, that kind of thing. And but yeah, I'm trying to get through a bunch of these sets and just get them out of the way. you know, and just be like, okay, we got to finish it up and get going here. And right now it's like 90 degrees outside. Yikes, it's getting hot. So I'm hiding out in the house. I cleaned my air conditioning coils like about a week or two ago. Oh, and today is I think it's the 10th. Let me look here. It doesn't, yeah. And I think it's May 10, 2024. And I found out why the phone keeps stopping on the recording, because there's actually a timer set, so I had to clear it. So that kind of thing. Alrighty. And after that's done, these go here. Like that. So I'm hoping to get this one done here real quick and reviewed by tonight. Right now I'm doing the big sets first. I just want to get them going, get them done, and not have to see them again. I know that sounds kind of like, oh, I thought you enjoyed the build. Well, I got plenty of other things I got to get to going. And I have ran across a bunch of space now, so I'm actually starting to put some of these on display and getting them out of here. So I'm trying to do that. And going through stuff. I got to start parting out sets. So if I need pieces, they get robbed off of the sets. Sorry, guys and gals. I can't keep them all around here. It's just too much space. Okay, I need to match it here. Okay, so now I know which way to face them. I had one of my viewers said, "You're lucky to get all this stuff." Well, not really. I have nowhere to put it. And I can officially say that I already have way too much Lego for my space. It's just, I have too much. I thought I would never say that, but I don't have a lot of space for this stuff. I'd have too much, and I can't give it away or anything. Which kind of, let me put that over here. It's kind of sad, but you know. Let's get this over here done. So today I'm just trying to, I'm going to finish this one up. This one here is not going to be too bad. It's basically just, I'm going to do the tour on the minifigure and accessories. Then I'm going to show this here, and then we're going to do a close-up of how everything works. So I'll show you how to expand it out, then we'll do a close-up and close it up. It's big. This thing is big. What is that, about 18 inches? This big thing, 18, 20 inches, that's pretty big. So it's big. I'm not going to kid, it's big and it's robust. It's sturdy. It's strong. It's built very well. So you're not going to get something that's going to fall apart after one use, you know. See, Lego likes hearing that stuff, but I'm not being paid to say that because they want my honesty. I'm saying it because that's how it is. You know, I'm looking for stuff that's going to keep me entertained. This is keeping me entertained. Like I said, I'm not into construction equipment by any means, but it's keeping my interest. And that's, I think we should be very happy because I get bored very easily, but no, not on this. And you know, I got to thinking about grammar school. We used to go outside and read books and stuff, and the teacher would do outdoor lessons. And this type of weather is what I remembered when I was in school. And kids today are so spoiled on this one. The school I went to, the classrooms were not air conditioned. And we would sit outside under a shade tree, and the teacher would do her lessons. Sometimes she'd bring a small chalkboard out there. And I honestly remember more of those than anything. This was back then when grammar schools did not have fences and gates and stuff. Where, of course, the kindergartners, they had all the fencing, and the first, second, third graders, they had the fence. 4th, 5th, and 6th? No. They had yard attendance, and if you walked off campus, oh boy, yeah, that was not good. And okay, got those 2 built. And for the most part, kids were taught respect. You didn't do this because if you didn't, you probably, your parents would have been phoned, and yeah, that would have been it. You'd have been grounded for a very long time. And I'm going to go ahead and shove the pin in here now, like that. Just going to tack it in there a little bit. And it's something a lot of my viewers will never understand, especially, oh, I forgot to put a tile there. Am I getting sloppy again? Or is it just, yeah, they didn't put those tiles in there. Oh, they're missing anyways on that. Never mind. And why do I have extra tiles here? But here they're not. Let me check something real quick here. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we put them in later or something, I don't know. But yeah, I was just like, we were just taught differently, I guess. All right, let me get that peg in there and we're ready to go here. But I remember we used to do the classroom outside, the outdoor classroom. Now they don't do that anymore. Yeah, this one's missing a tile, so I must have just, here, we're going to make this match. Let's pop that off there. Hey, I'm finding mistakes as I go, but you know what? I know some people edit these and stuff. No, I don't. Why? Because I may make a mistake, and the same mistake as everybody else. Okay, we shove these all the way in. Okay. And we have step 168. And then 169, what does it show us? Okay, I see what we're doing. We're working in here. Okay, so these things here, okay, make sure they're facing up. So these things here are supposed to be moved in like this, and they got to be facing up like that. Okay, so if they're like this, just flip them over. I think we're going to connect these next here. And well, that's exactly what we're doing. We're going to take these. And I like doing these type of videos. It's to help you, the builder. So it goes like that right there. But I like doing these type of videos. It's like doing tutorials. You know, they're planned, but the commentary's not. There we go. I got that done. I think that's meant to give it a little bit more stability. So just make sure the shaft goes in the cross axle part. Let's see. How does this open up now? Let's see here. Oh yeah, see? That's pretty cool. So basically, in other words, though, you get a set that I need to pay attention with, but you're not just getting a Lego set, you are getting a set. And I think this wraps up bag 7. Is it a long build? Not really. If you're really into the build, it doesn't feel dragged out. And that's what we have remaining there. And it tells us that we can fold these out. So let's give it a whirl here and see. Okay. Pull these out. Pretty cool, huh? Really nice. And it really feels soft. It doesn't feel flimsy. That's what I like to see. Okay, the blue hand from the void is telling us to grab bag 8. What we have. Ooh, you could smell that brand new plastic in there. And I still haven't got those pesky springs out of my door. I need to do it again. I watched several more videos, and you really have to compress it. So I may have to get me a good pair of gloves and hold on to that bracket. Or what I could do is put a zip tie in there. And at least I have the tool for the spring. Alright, so, well, we know it's not a cape. Let's see what's in here. Well, it's string. So guess what we will be doing? We're going to probably have to tie things together. Hopefully we won't have to, but we don't know. So, yeah, we got plenty of things. And so far, what did we say the score was on this thing? Like, I don't even know, maybe a 9. I think it was a 9.5 or something. I think we found some things that were flaking off, but it's very high. And it's not bad. This is not a bad set. What makes it bad is when things are damaged and scratched and all beat up. Looks more like a Technic set than anything else. Yeah, somebody did ask me though, will I ever do Technic reviews? No, I'm not into Technics, so you most likely won't see me do Technic sets. I may pick one or two, but Technic is not something I use in everyday building. And the ambassador group does not like giving those out unless your group is devoted to Technic, and I'm not, and I don't want to take away something that somebody else could use. I want to get that greedy. So let them have the Technic. I have a bin of Technic right now that just kind of sits, and I don't use it for anything. So yeah. And the workbench is getting cluttered. You know what that means? You know that. Remember, if you ever took shop class, don't ever work on a cluttered workbench. Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm putting this together. So I think it's going to go on that base there. I don't know where we're at here. There's a lot of big pieces here. Okay, so now we're building the more parts of the crane. Alright, so we'll set that off to the side there. Make sure we're not building multiples. Yeah, it's already getting hot. I hate the summer months. It's just so boring and depressing just with the heat. Especially when you have to work and stay home. The summer's not going to particularly be easy for me, but we'll see here. Yeah, we're doing Technic. I mean, the Technic buffs, hey, I respect that they like doing this because it's hard for me to figure out. So for me, they can keep the Technic stuff all for them. Okay. I like the one-to-one things in the manual because sometimes I'll look at them because I don't know. Yeah, everything here has been Technic so far. It's solid Technic. Anytime you want something that's going to move, you're going to have to do Technic. I'm going to make 2 of these here. Getting tired. Getting sleepy. I slept okay last night, so I should be fine right now. Because what I'd like to do though is I have one more tutorial this year. I want to fill in the substitute, and then once I get that substitution done, we should be ready to go. At first I thought those were cracks, but that's how they injected the plastic. Some guys get so picky on how the plastic's injected. I don't care. As long as the pieces are not scratched or scuffed, I don't care. Oh, the colors are not consistent. Well, it's just different batches. And I understand that too, so I'm not going to get all mad over that. Put these right in here. I'm going to keep the notches up right now the way they have them. Alright. We're putting together a bunch of parts, but we haven't put anything together yet. Take two of these, put them together like that, and then join them together with a tile. I kid you not, it just says slide them together like that's really going to help them. Like here, just slide them together, they should stay together. No, they won't. Okay. And I'm working a little too fast for what I'm doing here. Step 4 is rotate, and step 5 is to take these and slide this in like that. Stick it in there. And it looks like it just wants it all the way in. Oh. Alright. Load up the thing. And then slide that. We need that still. I just got to make 2 of these. So everything is spaced out pretty evenly, but you notice we haven't even hit that sticker sheet. Okay, let's just use the second hole. There we go. And some friction pins. Why don't you just have me put the friction pins? Oh, wait a minute, because they were opposite. They would have to do a whole new step. That's what I try to do sometimes. I try to prevent things. And a couple of these. It's all Technic except for the tile, but and some plates. I know there were some guys in the Ambassador thing that wants pure Technic sets. You know, I can't get into it. Alright, and this goes like that, I believe. Let's make sure. Yeah. Okay. And now we're back to bricks now. It's like, ooh, yucky, we got Technic. Now we're getting to the stuff again, like the good stuff. The Technic guys are probably cringing on Jay. That's, you got to get to the hard Lego. Yeah, well, you can keep the hard stuff. I want stuff that I can just, I don't know, I just can't get into it. You can always use some of these 25, what are these, 18-degree slopes? And a couple telephone bases. I'll put those in. So we got to make a call. We can just call the crane to come pick us up. I don't know. Yeah, the build on this thing's a bit slow in terms of the building guide. I don't know what the age range on this. 9+. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's meant for kids. Oh well, the string is coming up. Look. Uh-oh, we're going to have to do that. Alright, you know. Set that off to the side there. It's coming, guys and gals. It's we're going to have to do it. Okay. All right, we need a tooth. So he's probably using the tooth as a stop here. Maybe, I don't know. Not doing much. All right. Oh, yucky. Here we go. We're getting there. I can't wait to get the yucky string done, because I don't like putting those strings on things. Maybe we don't even have to tie it. Just sometimes they'll just have you stick it between two bricks and say you're done. And hey, if we do that, I'm okay with that. And we need a number 5, which is this. Okay. Oh no, it's coming. Well, so far they just want me to stick the string in. Alright, what I'm going to do, this is kind of tied in a knot here. This is nice string. Lego, you're playing a joke on me? Because my nails are short. Now knowing that Lego hand packs all this stuff is kind of cool. You know, I remember somebody asked in the LAN, you know, does Lego ever use AI to do the thumbnails? They go, no. And if you look at my building guides are not AI. All my stuff is built by hand. And I don't want to use AI to do that, because then at that point, why don't I just not bother? Alright. Let me just kind of make sure this thing's untangled here. Looks pretty good. You get a lot here. What is that? Probably 6 foot of string. So I'm just going to hang it on the floor here. And they want you just to shove it in like that. That's fine by me. Just shove it in there. And then after that, I think they want us to tie that. Well, it fell on the floor. Looks like there's a knot there. And it fell on the floor, so I gotta go pick it up and then tie that off. Yeah, so they're gonna make sure that we're gonna have to do some work here. They didn't show us to tie it, so the book doesn't tell you. So yes, tie it. See, in a video tutorial, I can tell you to do that. I'm just going to tie it twice. Now you see why I don't like dealing with strings. Anytime I see that little envelope, it's like I got to either put a cape or a string on. And this goes right here. Yeah, that's the right hole. Let's put the string underneath. That's what it's telling me to do. And stick a little cog on there. One of these little guys. And that's if I can get it on there. And it tells us, well, it tells us not to do anything right now. Okay. This must be the handle here to crank it up. Yeah, we're using a tire, a rim, and a tire. Lego, you should have gave me some silver metallic rims. It'll look better. Okay, I was going to say, I remember seeing that tire. Which side did they want me to use? The lug nut side? Now, I'm trying to keep the gears a little loose. Okay. Yep, sorry, my hands are getting in the way again. This thing is going to be big, big, big set. Yes, this won't have a lot of clips. I'm just going to come in there, do the review, and then I'm going to do the 360 spin tour. Then I'm going to do I'm folding it out. What I may do is I may do the minifigures and stuff first. Oh, that doesn't go there. Like that. All right. You get a long string, so you're going to be messing with this for a bit. They show the string is going under here like this, so this is, see, the knots are already coming out. That's just why I don't like doing strings. I hate doing that. There we go. All right. And now, alrighty, yeah. So we're getting there. We're getting there. We're gonna get it done, folks. We're getting it done. This is not a bad build, though. Must be something we're gonna hang there, or something attached there. We don't know yet. I've never seen those in black before. With the 1x2 brick with one stud on the side. But, you know. And it's like 2 in the afternoon and everybody's taking naps today. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. My nephew's still in school. And, well, this gives me time. So I get to slow down a little bit here. Oh, that's not supposed to go there. It's supposed to go one stud like that. And I'm just like, I need some time to me to kind of think on it. Gets my mind off the depression stuff. Okay, and then it shows that we got to put these things together. Like that. This goes like this right here. Okay, now we can commit to it. Just make sure your string is not pinched in there. All right, we got to make 2 panels. We'll need that. Throw that on the floor. All right. Yeah, it's not too bad. You can see how it took me a long time to get through that. That was not fun for me, but I survived. And okay, it shows me to do this like this, but it's actually easier to start at the bottom here and then put it on like that. It's just better for me anyways. Okay. Maybe we should have done it their way. Maybe don't do that then. It's a little harder to put those in, I guess. No, that one was easy. Well, I guess it's easier if you take this stud here and you just stick it in here first like this and just hinge it in place. Well, maybe that was just a fluke because that was the only easy one. There we go. And then after we're done with that, they go on the sides. With the round side here. Yeah. Now, somebody had asked me, how do you take apart Technic sets real easily? You know, what helps me is keeping the building guide, and you start at the back of the manual and you know where to start. There we go. And then we install this back on the main build. This is by all means not really a collaborative build. So this goes on here. Okay, I forgot to do something here. There's supposed to be a tile here. Okay. And then the string actually goes on top. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to have to do this. This knot wants to come undone. I don't want to tie it so tight. Now there's one way you can do. You can take like wood glue or Elmer's glue and just put a little drop on that. That should be more than enough, but pull that string out there. See, it's just wanting to undo itself, so I'm trying to keep it tied here. There we go. And then it's supposed to be on the top like that. And then we set that in here. Okay, and what's next? Okay, so this is, I'm going to have to show you because even I'm kind of getting a little lost here on looking at this. Okay, so we need to stick these in here, and they're supposed to go right through here. So, push that in there. See, it won't go any further, so something must not be lined up. So you're going to have to stick your hand in here like this and start wiggling things. Now it went in all the way. So stick that in the bottom hole here. And there we go. So now that should just be perfect. I'm not sure how it functions, but that obviously lifts up. Not too bad, huh? It's really strong. And yeah, that's pretty much it for bag 8, and that's what we have remaining. Alright, bag 9 has got some color in there. That flame yellowish orange and stuff, and these pieces I've never seen before. Well, until now. Huh. And we got some smaller bags. Oh, I wonder how bad that's scratched. Let's take a look. I haven't dinged anything that's scratched in a while. Well, we found a pit in that one. Oh, there's a little scuff there, Lego. We found a pit in one of the windscreens, so I have to, if it happens again, I'm going to take a point off. Usually I'll understand, but that should have been packaged in one of these. There's a difference between Lego trying to prevent it and then just plainly just getting negligent on it and just not caring. I mean, these are kind of cool. Okay. We haven't done a minifigure in a while, so let's start working on that. Okay, what I'm going to do is start pulling off these big pieces here. Kind of get these off to the side. And start putting together the figure here. Okay, she's got a two-way radio. Where did that go? Or where's it hiding? That's better phrasing here. Alright, she's got a double-sided head. Okay, and we need a hard hat for her. Safety first. You don't want to get your noggin knocked on something. Now you gotta find the little radio, a little walkie-talkie. I thought I just saw it. Okay, put the walkie-talkie in her hand. There we go. Got her done. And oh yeah, she's walking down the line here. She's walking to the crane that's not done yet. By the time she rides to her destination, it'll be done for her. Okay, so now we're starting with something new again. Every time we start something, you notice there's always a bunch of parts on the workbench. It's like, okay, we got to have to thin this out. Yeah. Remember that log cabin set that I reviewed that had these pieces? I got to get some more of those. Wonder what kind of updates they have for Lego Fortnite, because a couple of my friends and I, we kind of play on there. I don't know, the game's starting to get a little redundant. We still haven't unlocked all the Star Wars stuff yet. But I haven't had a lot of time to really play video games. Alright, that's what we need there. Put that in there, plug it right in. Alright. Hope you can see what I'm doing. I mean, we're right at the edge of the table, too. Oh, we're not ready to... Alright, so... Is the build boring still? Not really. I'm still keeping my interest. I think we said it was like a 9.5, and I'm probably getting, since we've been seeing some pitting, if I see it again I have to drop it down. I'm hoping not. I think it was a 9.5. Usually anything above, usually an 8.5 is really good. And perfect 10s very seldomly happen, but when they do, it's pretty good. And we are going to piece it all together today. I want to get this one here done. I haven't really even edited anything yet. I got to get a couple of these review offers done. By the time you're watching this, a lot of these have been released. But right now, at this point in time, I got a few weeks. So when I'm talking about stuff, sometimes I do talk like I'm in the past tense, like, oh, I just did this, even though if you haven't seen it yet, it's hard to keep track of all that. Okay, use these probably for the joysticks here. I can't find these parts. That reminds me, I gotta go put water on the lawn. I'm thinking about upgrading my sprinkler interface for the tablet so I can just control it from here instead of walking out in the garage. And it would be easier if it's raining or something like that, just get on the tablet and just turn it off or set it up with the weather app. Since my house is a smart house, it's built in the 60s, but it's more like a smart house. I remember when my parents moved here, they were like, why do you have an Ethernet jacks in the bathrooms? And so I said, oh, I was going to wire up all these panels eventually and never did. But I said, but you can plug your laptop in there. And I even showed them, like, hey, you can plug a laptop in here and get on the internet. It's high speed. In the bathroom? I'm like, well, why not? You can plug in a smart TV and watch movies while you're bathing. This place is more like a hobby than anything else. And I just been so busy with work-related stuff. I just haven't had time. And of course, I definitely don't have time now. As a matter of fact, I got to crawl back up in the attic and finish connecting up the TV antenna to the other televisions. I got this coaxial connector thing, so I don't have to buy pre-made wire. I can cut exactly the length I need and stick the any fittings. It's like a little thing, and then it pushes the fitting right on. All pressure controlled too. My dad would always say, you need to get one of those. I'm like, I just shove the fitting on there, call it done. Yeah, I took his advice and finally got the tool. How did that come off? So I got the tool now, and yeah. That just sits on there? Oh, and we're not done yet. And this goes like that, I bet you anything here. Okay, it closes like that. And that's really nice. Yeah, I know one of my buddies that lives back east wants to kind of hang out. I kind of want to hang out with people who do the Lego stuff too. And it's like doing the camping and stuff. He's more like the type that likes the glam camping. Stays in a hotel room and, well, that just fell off. Had to stick that in there. Well, if that's going to keep falling off, Lego, I have to ding off for that. Yeah. Did I push that on there all the way? If you open this up enough, see, it's starting to come apart. Alright, I'm going to have to ding it down to like a 9.4 or 9.3 because that's kind of weak there. That's why I never did that to mine. But some people are just not into the camping stuff. But it was fun, you know, you got to go sleep outside. You don't have to worry about, you could stay up late by the campfire. You didn't have to worry about schoolwork or work. Like work? What do you mean? I'm on vacation. Why do I care about work? I mean, some people would talk about the work and I'm like, I don't want to talk about work. Like work? What are you talking about? What's that work thing you speak of? I'm on vacation. I don't want to hear that boring stuff. All right. Okay, it slides on like this. Like that. I mean, but if I get enough requests for Technic, though, I probably may do some. But yeah, I remember my dad, when he was younger, he would always talk about work on vacation. I'm like, why? Now I'm older and I work, and I'm like, why do I care what happens at work? I'm not there, I'm here. Let me open this thing up here. It's easier to do that, but that thing's starting to come apart already, and I close it, it's starting to already separate. So that's a very bad, it looks cool, it works, it's just Lego needs to come up with something a little bit better to do that. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to just say right now, if you're not into Technic, this is not the set for you. I mean, I'm not into Technic. It was fun. Now I'm kind of starting to get to that point where it's like, yeah, it's the Technic that's kind of doing it in for me. Okay, what do we do with this? Okay, it shows that it goes here. Let me make sure here. Okay, and then this. Okay, see how I have it at the top there? You can't see these. These are supposed to be like this. You put it in this middle hole here, and then these like that. Let's see how that's going to turn out. Okay, yeah, so do how I showed you. It's level. So it attaches right in there. Well, that didn't. Oh, okay, so this swings out. So that's supposed to be right there. Okay. this. We still got this pesky string that's kind of annoying me. I wish we could wad that up. We got to follow the instructions. Now, let's see here. Oh, Lego, these are not hollow? Well, that's kind of depressing. Bevel gear? And it just says set the bevel gear in here. It doesn't tell you, but I'm assuming I'm going to keep the gear facing inside. I'll show you like that. We need 2 gears. Okay. I'll also put the other gear here in the back. There we go. And rotate that around. Get a number 6, which is a black one. And let's shove this in here. Okay, it only goes one way. Ooh, the gear's coming out. We got to be careful. When am I going to get that secured in there? Yeah, so when you're putting this together, make sure you're doing this in a very well-lit area. That's probably cooler than what I'm at now. And just take your time. No big hurry. Wow, a 2x4 brick in a set like this? That's unusual, Lego. Rarely ever see those at all. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Don't put that in there yet. There's a piece you got to put in here like that. This right here. Okay. Also, Lego's really good about teaching troubleshooting skills. So if you build something and it doesn't work, take your time. You'll figure it out. And you can come back in and do that. Okay. Wonder how my tutorial's doing on YouTube. One of my buddies says, please, Jay, I don't want the freebies to go away. I'm like, dude, if a lot of people are not watching them anymore, so they're going to go away soon. Like that. Alrighty. And then we take one of these things and we plug it in there. Like this. So it snaps right here. That's not going in. Come on, stop fighting. Get in there. There we go. Yeah, that wanted to fight, huh? And it says, okay, then we got to fix the top of that up there. Well, these are nice to have. And then, after that, we flip it on its side and we put a gear there on that black cross axle. I think that's just one. Yep. Now, mind you, we got to get it in there all the way. And now, mind you, I haven't done anything yet. So something must go in here to control the crane. Now, by all means, I'm new with Technic. I still am a noob at it, so I may not do something right. So just bear with me here. You're going to have to take this guy here. Maybe it might be easier if we hold it like this. Take this, and just set it in there like that, and just kind of wiggle it in there. And then a bushing. Hey, at least now here's the deal. At least they're doing one piece at a time. Yeah, we're going to need to do that. Because I know I would mess up on this hardcore. And then we need a cross-axle extender there. Yeah, it's almost like I have small hands to do this. And one of these to lock this in here. Okay. When I go back in and edit the footage for the indexes, you know, the thing that says in the description index, you know, where it's for your convenience. Yeah, I'm going to have to label these accordingly. Okay. Alright, so basically now what we're doing, I think we're setting this off to the side here. And this is the one we need here. So stick it inside and go like this. It's the one with the flange. Okay. Yeah, so I'm making this more like a walkthrough. I'm not calling these tutorials, but I know a lot of you guys and gals watch these. So if you get stumped on stuff, I wish they had this stuff when I was little. So now we're trying to make this a help desk. I was telling my buddy, I said, man, if people are using this more like a help desk, I may just start tailoring videos to this style. So that's kind of what I'm doing now. That's to annoy people, right? Oh, we can still annoy them. The rattle toy. Okay, now we got to put stickers on this piece here. And that is sticker number 3, which is this. And now I'm going to hold them upside down because that's what they want. It goes on this side right here. So just make sure it's like this. And then I'm going to plop the sticker on there. Like that, and I didn't get that on there very well, but just make sure it's up. Make sure your stickers are upside down, because we're working upside down here. And I'm saying that for myself too, because most chances I will mess up. There we go, like that. It's on the opposite side. Okay, we only got a couple stickers left on that. And then we're on step 261. Take the rattle toy to annoy the parents or annoy the kids with it. Depends on how you look at it. And we'll keep locking this in here with these. This bag didn't have a whole lot of parts, but my goodness, it's got a lot of these things in here. Let's plug the parts in. Okay. But if you're doing Technic and you're not comfortable with it, you know, just from my personal experience, take your time. You're not in no big hurry. And you notice, oh, it's, you can still do it, but you can't really, well, yeah, you could. And it looks like we set this off to the side. So we're doing sub steps, I guess. All right, so we got this little twisty thing in here. Looks like a Twizzler. Remember that those candies? Stick that in there like that. And then now we got to put some of these stickers on, which is stickers number 1 and 2. So I guess it's very picky. So note the orientation right there with that thing sticking out. We need sticker number 1 because these are kind of they're mirrors of one another. And then I hope I'm doing a good job on helping you guys and gals assemble your new Lego set. I always like showing you how to put things together. There we go. Flip it over. Oh, I hope I'm putting them on the right way. Hold on. Whew. Okay. Okay, it is kind of picky here. I'm going to hold it again. Make sure this spot here that's kind of, it's got a big area, that's the spot you want away from everything here. I'll show you when I get this on here. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm getting it on there. I'm getting it sloppy. Oh, no. I gotta do it again. That's why I hate stickers. They should have printed this. But Jay, if they print it, you won't be able to use it for a custom mock. Oh, I'd find a use. See how this big side here is? Let's see how it's supposed to be. And we don't have a lot left, just that. The 10T thing. Terminator Day. Alright, then we take this and stick this on here. And you're going to have to really sync all this up here. So I'm assuming you turn this. It's big. It's big. It's not small. Oh, and we take this piece and we attach this on here. So now we're getting things going here. Ooh, be careful. Alright, so what I'm going to need to do here, I'm going to hold this and just see. Now it's not going in, I'm not going to force it. Something here is not lining up right. Alright, see how now this moved it over here? So something in here is not quite lining up. So what are we doing here? Okay, just wiggle, and now we're together. Alright, now, if I rotate that, yeah, that gear is turning. So, it's functioning. It's a little stiff though. Making sure it's a little loose here for but they also have a friction pin too. And then now we take the inverted tiles and we lock it all together. Yeah, so if I'm doing a good job, let me know. And if there's something I need to improve on, let me know too. Except if it involves buying a GoPro or something like that. I try to keep my hands out of the way here. I mean, it could be worse. I could be doing this. Having the camera straight down would be better. If I make a new table, I am going to have a place to attach the tripod to, because the tripod is right in the way. If I were sitting right in front of it, I at least want to have the tripod overhead. But I will be probably figuring that out sooner or later and how I want to do that. Put these in here. Is that the catwalk? We don't know what that is. And well, the kids already out of school? I guess they are. I thought I'd have this done. I'm spending a lot of time on this set here. So the tiles are on the top here, going to hold all this together. Well, at least it sits flat. Like, you can safely press down on this. It's flat. Lego, you don't make 2x8 flat tiles? Man, I could have used those. It'd be good for like picnic tables. And then right here. Alright, and then that is it for that. This piece goes here. I know sometimes I'll get a comment, Jay, how do you do this without making a lot of mistakes? Oh, I make a bunch, but I don't edit those out either. And that's what we have remaining for bag 9. And so far, well, here's another piece here I forgot. It's not too bad. I'm kind of getting tired of it. It's just, I think it's the Technic. And it looks like now we got to put that in there next. So, this is still floating. Well, we'll see where this goes. Okay, about an hour and a half later, we're going to start bag 10. I had to do some stuff. Okay. Oh, wow. And oh, I thought that was an inverted tile, but what's that for? Never seen that plate before. Looks like we get 2 of them. Okay. Yeah, this set's got some weird pieces, doesn't it? Okay. What are you doing? You gotta go over there. At first I thought it was an inverted tile, but unless it's meant to accompany this gear here, probably what that does. Well, we don't know yet. So, okay. Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm just filming little spurts at a time instead of just trying to do it all in one sitting because I got other things I got to get done. So trying something new. Oh, these tiles come in 2x2 forms. At least it's not a sticker. Alright. Wait a minute. Okay, it's not these big ones. Getting Technic pieces out are a pain, especially if you put the wrong pieces in. All right. So I'm having a hard time trying to find this last pin. Oh, there it is. And a couple of these here. Yeah, now the set's starting to get to me a little bit. It's just, I think it's the Technic stuff. I'm just not really into Technic builds at all. It's not a Technic set, but it's starting to feel more and more like a Technic set. And, okay, this one, I don't know how critical it is. It probably is if they're doing it like this. Right here, this hole. Then we skip 2 holes down here and put it in the 3rd hole. And I'm not sure how accurate that is. Got a nice beam there. Okay. And then we take those weird plates and we stick them at the bottom. Matter of fact, we coat the whole thing over. I bet it goes with that worm gear. And this kind of raises and lowers. that. It's supposed to hang over that end anyways. Then, just a plain old 2x2 red brick. Out of all that, we still got plain parts in here, and then a bunch of 2x6 flat tiles. Probably to smooth this top off. It probably doesn't need it, but then again, who doesn't like flat tiles? Okay. Alrighty. And yeah, so when I get this one done here, I'm going to review it, get it out of the way, and hopefully get a set that's not mostly Technic. I should label this one as Classic Technic. That's pretty much what it is. Grab the gray nail and shove it in there, and then lock it in with a bushing. Okay, get that in there. Sorry, I'm a little quiet right now. I'm just these little rims and another bushing. And sure quiet around here now. And then another one of these. That's what it looks like. I don't know what we're building here, but we're getting somewhere. And then, of course, one of these 1x3 wall panels. See, building regular sets is not a problem for me, but building Technic, that's where I have the problem. So I gotta work very slow. Because, yeah, you know how I am. I'd make mistakes, break things, you know. And then this goes right here. Like that. Not sure what that does, but it goes on this. And it goes like... Okay, so it must snap on here. Like right there. And now we got to put it inside of this thing here. Okay, I see. And then just shove it in there. Okay, I see what we're doing. So once we figure out how to get this thing to turn, this will raise and lower that out of there. Okay, that's cool. Don't forget your bricks. And right here, one of these. I think whoever's going to get this set, either for city or for play, they're going to have a lot of fun. A lot of fun building, but a lot of fun doing this too. Okay, now this, we got to put this back in the frame. Let me slide all this right here. And this sits, okay, let's see here. So when you build this set, make sure you have a lot of room. As you can see, I'm kind of all over the place here. Leave this hanging out here. Not sure quite where that goes. I'd be helpful if I pay attention to the arrows. It says something about snapping it in here. Let's see here. Okay, there's a call out there, so we got to put it right here. And might help if I elevate this up a bit. Right in there. Okay. That looks like that right there. And it's telling me to shove a 9-stud long cross axle right in here. Okay, get that out of the way. Why don't you swing this thing out of the way here, and you may have to wiggle it in a little bit. There we go. Well, I hope I got it right. This lines up right here with what this shows right here. And okay. And a rubber tire. So this is actually supposed to stick all the way through here. Well, at least one thing though, all of the knobs are here. Oh, okay, so I could turn this wheel here and look. It's like that thing from Alien that shoots out. Yeah, that's how we do that. Well, I managed to survive that. Bring these back over here. Need to make 2 of these. Ooh. And these. Okay, first let me make these, and then it'd be easier to bring the model back up so we can see together. It shows they go right behind a wall element here. I think they go in there. You can't see what I'm doing, but right in there. I guess they just sit in there. And what's the point of that thing? That's where they're at right there. Huh. And then one goes here. So what I'm gathering is what's the point of that for? Is that to keep it up or something? It's telling me to raise this thing up. And you may want to get somebody to help you, because I can't do this. I may have to get another set of hands in here to help me with this. Obviously this thing here sits up. It says swing this up, and okay, and then this sits in here. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing, my bad. There's one thing bad about these vertical builds. So basically you raise this thing up, you have to extend this out and put this in here. Now we haven't tied this to anything yet, because that's what we're doing next. And so the pegs in here are just meant to stick in here. It's kind of crude. And then take your plungers, and we're going to have to wiggle these in here. There we go. Like I said, I'm not a technic expert by any means. And then these go right. Oh, I could just rotate it, huh? We still have not done anything with that string yet. It's just kind of flopping around there. And see, this is not quite lining up. So, I mean, it's strong for the most part, but this, I think that would have been some kind of gear action in there. But it's not. See, I'm fighting that. There we go. Out of all that, still, we have not even touched the string. So that string has just been kind of sitting in there. Okay. And it tells you to turn the knob, and this thing will shoot in and out. And it does. Alright, now we can start messing with the string. So the string, let me, now it wants me to lower the crane down. So you take that peg out. So this right here, we take this out, and then you just collapse this down. Stick it back right here. Yeah, it's kind of crude, I know. This is some things Lego can't do. And then you take your string and come in here, and alright, let's rotate it this way so I could see it better. It's a long string, we're going to have to deal with it here. I don't really build stuff long and lengthy and big like this, so just bear with me here. Alright, let me get this back out over here. We don't want that tangled. I think it has to go right here, and then kind of loop this through here, and I'll bring this here and show you, like right here. And it's supposed, I think it's supposed to be, I gotta put Discord on mute there, it's gonna go off like a shotgun. See, I'm having a hard time. Let's put this back down here. Alright. So I'm just gonna have to wiggle this in here. There we go. So something like that right there. Okay. And before I continue on, let me turn that down so we don't hear it go bloop all the time. And then, after we're done with that, now, what is with this thing being rotated like 5 million times, Lego? and it wants me to rotate the string here. I mean, for the most part, it's really nice. It's just, It's big. It's very big. What do I do with something big like this? I don't know yet. I'm just trying to get the string here picked up. There's probably about 6 foot, maybe 8 foot of string, I don't know. And I'm not going to do the whole thing, but get that in there. And of course I could edit that out, but that would be no fun. So I just have a little bit of string left because I'm tired of tripping over it. So here's the deal. This is probably one of those very few sets that I would say is cool, but it's too big. You know, it's how it is. And one of these here. More Technic. Cool. Yeah, so if you're not into this whole Technic gig, I understand. So, I mean, honestly, for me, the build started out pretty good, but I'm going to be honest, it's starting to get pretty redundant in terms of not repetitive, but more or less just Technic. And okay, and sits on here like this. Okay. Maybe I should have saved this set for dead last. You know, it's hard. Not hard, but it's just, you know, getting a little complicated here. All right. And stick these in here. So Jay, you gonna have that done? Yeah, I may. Hoping to get it filmed tonight and get it out of the way. I got a tutorial that I really want to get onto, so I'm probably going to do the review a little later. After I do the tutorial, that kind of thing. The hazard tape. There we go. And what's next? This guy here. So I think that's what the string's going to go in there. I bet you anything. Oh, wait a minute. This is that boulder. That thing that knocks the buildings down. I don't know yet. The weight. You got me. Alright. I wish Lego would tell me what this stuff is. Make it more of a educational tool, but after that, we put the hook inside of here. And then we have to feed the string through there. So we're back at this monster again. And what it's saying is it's supposed to face backwards like this. And then we're going to have to feed the string in between this and that pin right here. So just kind of, let's see here. I can't get it in there. Yeah, this is If this is rated for 9 years of age and up, I don't know how they're figuring that, because even I'm having difficulty here. You have to have a lot of patience because that just came out. Honestly, this should have been rated for 16 and up, because there's no way a 9-year-old is going to be able to, I mean, possibly, but for me personally, I don't think a 9-year-old is going to have that much patience to feed strings through holes to make things work. Let me crank some string out here. And then, it's kind of hard to show you right now. And got to tie a knot on that right there. Let's make that real quick. So, essentially, you're going to have to tie the string. You're going to have to do this. You're going to have to do the technique. So now I got to tie the string onto this now. So my hook is like this. So if yours turns, and guys and gals, I know somebody's going to say, well, can't you just use a wide angle lens? I don't want to keep changing angles on the camera, because it just, you get to that point where I'm spending more time doing that. But it's supposed to be like this, and then take this, and I'm going to have to tie it on here. Alright. So this is not meant for little kids by any means. 9-year-old, the box rates it for 9 years of age. I'm a grown adult, and I'm having problems right now. So it's not a, you know, don't expect, if you're a young one building this and you're struggling, you're not alone. You know, or an adult for that matter. You know, you're going to have a bit of a chore to put this thing together. All right, and where does this go? Okay. Okay, so what you're going to have to do here, let me bring this up here. See, I can't bring this up. There we go. See, I'm messing with the video camera more than building at this point here, because like I said, I don't really do this type of stuff. What I'm gathering is this thing hangs like this. Don't fall. It has to go behind this string here, so you're going to have to wiggle this in and stick it like this. Okay. May want to hold like this and press that down. And yeah, so let me hold this up and see here. Grab the right knob. Okay, that goes in and out. That raises this up, and then it drops it down like that. So it's working. I managed. I made it work, huh? I don't know. Hold on. Let me look here. You know, I think this string is supposed to go in here. Let me look here again. It loops around. Okay. This string here, it's kind of like weird. Let me pull this out a little bit here. Okay. This one here, put it behind this pulley right here. So, and my apologies, I can't get any closer than this. So, yeah. Yeah, now you guys wonder why I don't do Technic here. All right. So basically, you run the string around this here. It goes through here, around this pulley here, and back up behind this same wheel here. And it gets attached here. Let me see if I can get closer to this. Like I said, I don't have no way to really do this. They don't really give you a good drawing here. So if you're stuck here, I'll point it out again here for you. Now, let's see, do I have a floodlight plugged in? Oh, yes, I do. Okay. The string comes around here, like this, right on this pulley between this cross axle. Okay, you see how that is? It loops around this here. Then it goes behind the wheel here. And then it terminates on this block here. Okay. So that's how they did it. That's how it was done. And that wasn't too easy. You notice how long we took to put that in there. We probably spent more time doing that than the whole build. And that's... yeah, now if you've watched me on my main channel, now you wonder why I don't do Technic. It's not easy, but you got to do it if you want it to work correctly. And then now we can proceed back on. Now we're going fast again. And okay, and then this thing goes on this side right here. Be sure you check this again. I'm going to check it one more time because once I put that in, I'm not taking that out. And mine's pretty much sitting in there. And then I'm going to put this in real quick here. Now you see why I don't do Technic that well. Uh-oh, this is backwards. Oh dear. Okay, I need to pop that out. Well, yeah, I'm going to say when I mention this that there's no way a 9-year-old, probably a teenager, could do this pretty easily. But for me, as a full-grown adult, it's you know, it's a little and being under hot lights doesn't help either. And then that's it for bag 10 with one piece remaining. And for the most part, it looks good. It works. I mean, but as far as for age appropriate, I'm going to say no. I don't know what Lego was thinking, but yeah, this, I have a feeling people are going to get stuck right here. Alright, let's wrap it up with bag 11. And I wanted to build this set at first, but now I'm kind of just like, it's Technic. I don't know what part we're building now, but we obviously got some minifigures and that thing there, whatever that is. So, yeah, I got a comment today. Somebody asked me, how do I, when I do my tutorials, I make them seem so easy. How do I make things like that easy to do? Like, why do they always turn out, why do things turn out so easily for me? When I do tutorials or mocks, you know, they're not always easy when I start them. Well, that's kind of an odd piece to see in there. And I would get that question occasionally asked, well, Jay, how do you come up with all this stuff? And you know, and you make it seem so easy. It's never easy when I'm building stuff. That's just it. That's just it. I don't really... Oh, we have a minifigure. They have the wig in here. And of course it's the surfer skater shag look. Do we really need that? Probably not. I'm going to keep them all in the safety gear. And yeah, it's I get that question asked. And no, a lot of the stuff that you watch on my channel is not easy. Yes, I make the tutorials seem easy, but not when I'm doing them. And looks like this gentleman here has a wrench. Yeah, you may hear some background noises, but everybody's starting to pile in the house, so yeah, you know how that is. And he's got the wrench. Alright. And yeah, I don't know, I'm not really saying a whole lot. I'm going to try to get this done here before I start fixing dinner. So we're going to start building things up really quick here. At least it's not the tying of the strings and stuff. Yeah, that was a nightmare, but we got that out of the way, so we're fine there. I gotta go see if I can breast that spring loose out of my car. I don't know if I can, but I'm gonna try. But in order to do that, I gotta get this done here first. Alright. Yeah, this set started off okay, but I'm kind of, with the Technic, yeah, I'm just kind of like, I don't want to work on this anymore. I got to get it done, though. It's here. I started. I got to finish. I have to review it. And, I mean, I'm not going to hold back. We said the set was like a 9.4, 9.3. It's still in the 9s, so that's not too bad for what this is. And I have we're only at bag 11. This is the last bag. The only way this thing's going to miserably fail now if there's just tons of scratched parts. Obviously, that's not the case. So some of them would have to disintegrate. I would have to look at it at this point, but I don't think it's going to go any lower. Unless we're missing critical parts. But at least I'm not like some of the guys and go, oh, my tutorials are all positive. No, mine are just whatever. Alrighty, and then we have this. Goes on top of there. I don't know what this is. Looks like a heatsink you attach your stereo amp to. Yeah, the color scheme on this is kind of, you know where I'm going with that. And my eyes are starting to burn. Everybody wakes up from their naps, coming home, and here I haven't had a chance to snooze. So my goal is to try to get this reviewed tonight, and I'm going to try to do a tutorial. And then just see if I can get that done this week. And we got to rotate it around. Does that go there? Yes, it does. See if I can get a tutorial squeezed out tonight. Okay, these go here. What is this thing? I mean, what does this do? We'll find out what it is eventually. We don't know what it does, but we'll find out. Jay, you know, I'm not myself right now. Forgive me. Somebody's driving their junk car down the street. Look at me. My car is loud. Yeah, my car is quiet and it's really old and rusted and falling apart, but I want to be able to creep up behind you, not rev up the engine. What I should do is leave it all rusted and beat up, my truck, and just put an electric motor in there so I can really creep up on them. Do I have to get up and go find out what's going on? Well, she's getting real close to the end here. That means she's almost at work, so she has to walk to work to use the crane. And my buddies is like, man, you sure keep busy a lot more now. I said, well, trust me, after one of your parents pass away, either you're going to grieve or you're going to keep going. And for me, I'm going to keep going because I want to get my mind off of all that stuff. Oh, we got to make 2 of these. Oh, I'm glad now I looked here. I saw it out of the corner of my eye. And I'm like, oh. And I thought it would never happen. But for a lot of us, including myself, it's going to happen, and I got to deal with it twice in my lifetime. You get 2 parents, so obviously you're going to have to do it twice. And a lot of the stuff that you've watched in the last couple years when I do tutorials, that's why I did them late at night. And now I oh, wait. Okay, it's red and there's white. What are we building here? Are these some kind of attachments for that? I don't even know. Well, let me get that real quick. I don't have a lot of these. I was looking for some for a build and couldn't really find them at the time, but now I do. Yeah, this set started off pretty good, and I'm kind of bored with it now. It's just the Technics. It's not the color. Okay. I got to put a sticker on 2 black tiles. Well, we already know what sticker is going to go on that. That's sticker number. Let me get that. You think that the further we go, we would have all this, but this set's been kind of dragged out a little too much. Sticker number 6, which is 10T. Boy, that tile's kind of scratched, Lego. What are you doing over there, huh? If I wasn't going to go out and get some Subway, I'd ding it down to a 0 just because of that. All right. So I got 2 stickers left. Well, it tells me I had to build 2 of these. Oh, okay, I see what's going on here. Let's put the stickers on it. You got to build 2 of these as a pair? No, so you got to build 4 of those. So at least now I got a template here, but I got to start putting stickers on all this now. That's kind of... I'm going to be honest with you, I'm kind of getting bored of this set now. It was fun, it was interesting, and then I think the Technic did it in for me here. Stickers are kind of hard to put on, but that's it. And let's go ahead, let's stay. I'm just kind of getting tired of working on this. That house was fun, but I had to fail that one. This thing here is just kind of, it started off fun. It's got a nice color scheme to it, I have to admit that. But the Technic, yeah, I think this was I think Lego was meant to do this for 16. Okay. Jay, you don't sound too excited. Maybe that's probably why I'm quiet, because I'm getting kind of tired of this set. I was hoping to get it done before the news, but no. I'm still building on it. So when you get to this point, you're going to have to build 4 of those right away. Oh, there it is. All right, so we build that. Let me make sure here. All right. Then you take 2 of these and you stick the Technic pins in here. It's essentially the same exact thing we just built. You'll see the building guide will tell you that, but just stick 2 on that and stick them together. Like they're like weights or something. I don't know what these are. After that, yeah, maybe it's some kind of, well, I don't know what this is, to be honest, unless this is weights for the crane. Because what are we doing here with this? It's kind of, okay, it attaches to the back. So, yeah, when you get to this, guys and gals, you get this set. Be sure you have a very big, large area to work in. We're talking large. Alright, so this goes here, and it actually snaps right onto these holders here, right there. So this attaches here. I guess this fits right in here. There we go. Shouldn't you be doing your homework, dude? No, what am I saying? I didn't like doing homework either. You got to make 4 of these and they go in here. So this must be the platform things. And this thing is just chunky. Okay, so these must fit on the ball joints there. So this must be like the accessory parts. You notice I'm just slapping parts on at this point here. I don't think there's supposed to be a tile in there. Oh yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. I got them backwards. Let's rotate these around here. There we go. I haven't finished one of these yet. I'm going to do it. Okay, I got that one done. Okay, I got 2 done. Alright. That's a new part there. I've never seen that before. And there we finished. And that's it. So that's all we have. And yeah, that's what these are for. I think this is kind of like a weight system here. And then these, they go in these holders right here. So you would just slip these in like this. Like that. And yeah, you won't be able to see a whole lot, but... And then you just face these away from one another. Like that. Alright. Pretty much what that is there. Now, if you want, and you're ready to set your crane up, I'll bring it over here. Let's make this the front part here. I mean, it's big. It's big. You know, people like the big stuff. It's big. Alright. So if you like big things, there you go. You bring these out here, and this is meant to slide in like this. to anchor it down like that. So for the most part, it is what it is. And that's what it shows right there. That's where I got it from. And I think that's it for the... I'm going to take a breather before I do the review. I'm going to say a 9.3 for the score, just because I'd say it was mislabeled for age. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think a 9-year-old is going to sit down and really figure this thing out. Okay, but for the most part though, it was a very interesting build, just got a little boring after a while. And back, it almost fits in the frame right now as is, huh? Let's back the camera up. And when I do the shot on this, I may have to do 4K just because it'd be better. Haven't figured out how I want to do this yet. And yeah, I mean, this raises up. You have to raise it up manually, of course. Pull out your pegs, or keep one on each side, and then you can just shove this in here like this to keep it sturdy. You need it, not really, but if you're picking up something heavy, this thing's going to come crashing down. Okay. And then we'll bring these over here and we'll show you a little different here. So pay attention to the right side of your screen. Well, this knob here brings this out. Now you want to be careful with this. The best thing is to drop your hook and then bring this out. So you're going to have to work with these like this both at the same time just to get it to do something here. Of course, this one here brings this up too. And yeah, it's cool. It's scaled for minifigures. You think my stuff is big? Yeah, this is huge. And let's see here. You get your minifigures in here. You just pop these off and set them in there. But for the most part, I think what I'm going to do here, I'm going to start setting up now. Is do I put it on the turntable? This is one of those sets where I'm going to have to do it just because it's big. And it obviously rolls, but with only a 24-inch table, it makes it hard. And yeah, when I do the review on this, sometimes Lego gets crazy. They get carried away. They make really big sets. It's like, where do you put them at? And you know, I guess if I do the thing, I may want to just set this up. So I probably won't be able to put it on a turntable, because I have a feeling if the crane goes up, oh, it's going to miss my lamp. What we're going to do is I'm going to leave it extended out, and then I'll show you how to fold it up. Okay. And this is meant to hang on your hook if you want to. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to do the review and the thumbnail without it on the turntable because it's kind of cramped. I'll do that a little later. But for the most part, I don't know what the price of this is. I'm going to assume it's probably $100, you know. It's not too bad for what this is. But you are getting a really good build if you were into the Technic stuff. You get a brick separator, you get 2 extra wigs. I'm not going to bother mentioning those. I can't mention everything in a set. So let me turn Discord down again. Why does it matter? Because it'll just keep going off. And sorry for bumping into the camera. I literally have inches to work over here. But yeah, for the most part, I'd say it's a really good set. And I think what we're going to do here is when I do the tour, I'll show you how to set it up. And then when I do the close-up, we'll take it down. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set it up right now and then do the thumbnail and the review like this. And yeah, swivels and everything. And then I'll start setting up for the thumbnail now. Sometimes I like to decorate the stuff, but this time we're just going to set everybody, have them do a pose for the thing. You get 4 minifigures, you get 3 workers, and the foreman, or whatever she's called. But it looks like we're building some sort of roller coaster or something. It looks like that's what that is. And we will put her here. So everybody's going to take a pose here in front of the crane. Now, but as you can see, though, it's big and it's chunky. So if you're looking for something very big, okay. I should do what I used to do back in the old days. I should just put all the minifigures on a base plate and just be done with them. Then I can just anchor them down. But the set did not come with the base plate. But for the most part, though, you are getting your buck. Maybe it's $200, I don't know. And there you go. Yeah, I want to work on my campground, but I got to get done with all the reviews. See, it's so big I can't even fit it inside the screen. And I'm just going to set everything up now. If I have to clean all this out, then we'll have to break it here. I'm probably going to have to do just that. See, I can't make it fit. And I have a bunch of boxes here. So if you're looking to get me to put the whole thing in one shoot, this ain't going to happen. So, let me get it focused in here. But you are getting what you're paying for. It's nice. It's just big. And yeah, it's a nice crane. Now I'm going to go ahead and clean up, set everything up a bit more, and then I'm going to do the review, tack it on the end of this one, and I'll let you know my thoughts. Let's start the review with build quality, and for the most part, the mobile construction crane is a very solid build. Now there is some pieces that may come off, like these. Sometimes I've had this fall off a few times while messing with it, and you just have to put it back on. And this thing here, if you open this up too many times, this will get weak. Other than that, though, it's really strong. So I had nothing cave in or fall apart on this build. So it's really robust for what it is. Build experience was also pretty good at the beginning. It was pretty interesting until I got to the crane portion. And if you don't like working with Technic, you're going to be in a world of hurt, as I was. And building this for the most part was a bit challenging, especially with the string. You have to tie it here, and you have to tie it up in here. And as you can see, it loops around. And if you don't get this thing just right, it's not going to work. And if you watch the build installments, yeah, this right here took a long time to get this to work correctly. But for the most part, it is a functional build, which leads to play value. And this is meant to be played with. The only thing is, it's pretty big. So you have to have not only a big space to build this set, but you also have a big space to play with this. You got the stabilizers, you got all this stuff here, you know, everything just functions. So it's playable. You got 4 minifigures with the build, and some of the accessories do detach. All in all, it's a nice playable model. The mobile construction crane is city drop-in ready. The only thing is, you're going to need a 3x3, 32x32 stud base plate area to put this thing in. You're going to need a lot of space to build whatever you want to build with the crane. For the most part, it would be ready to drop into a Lego city. As for parts, I mean, this set has some pretty interesting parts. You could probably make another type of crane, maybe make something smaller. But for me personally, it wasn't really a whole lot of parts to use with the crane. But it is possible to build other creations with these pieces. Now sadly, the construction crane is not a modular build. It looked like it started off as a modular build, but sadly each one of these segments here had to be connected with plates and tiles and phone bases, all that stuff. So you really can't divide the set amongst other people. So this is meant to be a solo build. So sadly you cannot share the festivities with other creators. But a brick separator is provided to aid with the build, and trust me, you're going to need it. Even I made a few mistakes. So my final score on this set is going to be a 9.3. A few of these pieces will come off. Sometimes the instructions are a bit vague, like tying the knots here. And the stickers are just a minor scuff on that score. Nothing too major. But all in all, though, you're getting a nice set. Like I mentioned, there's a brick separator. The instructions are somewhat easy to follow. And I noticed this set was rated for 9 years of age and up. It was a challenge for an adult, so I'm sure for a child they're going to have to really be disciplined enough to put the set together, especially solo. But for the most part, it is an interesting build to look at. It's a nice crane. This would look good in any Lego city as long as you have the space for it. But I want to hear your thoughts on this set. Let me know in the comments.